Hello, wonder people, wonder people, wonder people, wonder people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is First Fridays in the month of December, so y'all know what that means. We are here to talk about what is giving you life? What is giving me life? Now, before we go any further, here's what I want to make sure that I let you know, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. I want to let you know where you've landed. Where you have landed is Practicing Positivity, the studio. And as you can see on the bottom of my screen here, this is a shared living, learning lab. We come in here to go to work. You don't come in here to perform perfect. You don't come in here with pretense. You don't come in here to look good and have it all together. You come in here to actually do the work of rolling your sleeves up and taking the time to discover, to uncover, and to wrap your head, hands, and heart back around to recover those things, those practices, that mindset, that skill set, those things that give you life, those things that ignite the passion and perfect that you have for living. And what we mean by life here in this here studio is life is love, inspiration, faith, and freedom, creating an exceptional, extraordinary experience of living. So, we're not talking about just getting through day to day, kind of feeling your way forward a little bit, dragging yourself along. We come into Practicing Positivity, the studio, so that we can have some time to actually take a moment of reflection, get down into that moment of stillness and where I can rediscover for myself what is it that ignites that flame for living, the fire for living. And how can I have that fire burn brighter, burn higher, burn stronger, burn longer, so I can burn off the things that I no longer need, and so that I can forge and fortify the things that will anchor me into the life that I desire, that I deserve, and that I design. So that's what we do here in the studio. So I have a surprise for you all as we are coming in, and I'm hoping this is going to work. I've invited a dear friend of mine, Mr. B, to come in and join me for our conversation today. Y'all know how we do. Won't be long, but I am going to do my darndest and my bestest to be strong. So, as we are thinking about this wonderful day, listen, we are on the countdown, are we not? We are on the countdown for the year 2022. And I want you to just take a deep breath here for a moment. Take a deep breath, get yourself settled. If you can, feet on the ground, feet on the floor, shoulders back so that heart space can open up. Take a deep breath in as you breathe in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Let it go. Blow away the fog, blow away the haze, blow away the dust on your mind. Clear the windshield of your perception. And I want you to take a second. Think back over the last 30 days. When have you felt yourself being most alive, most filled with energy, zest, and vitality? When have you felt on point and on purpose this last month? When have you felt your heart smiling with glee and delight? When have you felt yourself have that your soul recognition moment? God, I'm doing the right thing in the right way at the right time with the right mind. Take a minute, think for yourself. Remember, our conversation on First Fridays is what is giving me life. So, as I was preparing for you all this week and thinking about what is giving me life, what is giving me life today, oh my goodness, I have had the blessing of being in the right space with the right folk who have given me the right word that has literally elevated me to get me through. And it's, my wife always says this, and I love it. She says, charity begins at home and spreads abroad. I had a big project this week, something where I really wanted to go in and serve a group of people who are making miracles happen, really holding the power of positive and healthy connection at the center of everything that they do as they support families. So big shout out to them. You know who you are. Since I didn't get your permission to name you on the YouTube, I will leave that out, but you know who you are. And I want to say, I so love and admire what you all are doing in the world, and just the appreciation and love that you shared and showed each other this week. But as I was preparing, and I wanted to make sure that, what did we say, that I was on purpose and I was on point, and I was just, something was not settling down in my thinking. And I tell you what, my wife just came right up alongside me, helped me get myself together, helped me reprioritize, and had me talk through it as many times as I needed to. And I was able to allow my area of brilliance, my area of genius to come forth. And you know what was even better? When we got in the room, all of that preparation that had gone into it over a few weeks now, all of that preparation that had gone into it, I had to just go there and be ready to be open, be ready to be flexible, because we didn't use, man, I'd say half of what I created. And it was still an absolutely wonderful event. So what's giving me life is people in relationship who can speak life to you at the moment that you need it. What's giving me life, I had another meeting just this week with a dear friend of mine who will be able to get it worked out so he can come in and pop in with us. Mr. B, big deal. We'll have nearly a couple hundred people in a virtual facilitation event. And boy, oh boy, I was just spent. And, this brother came in and he said, right then, right at the right time, welcome, welcome. I see you popping in. He said, just at the right time. Keep it simple, sis. You got this. You were made for this. So I want to pause there, because sometimes what's giving me life is that peace. Sometimes you want to have somebody in your world, somebody in your life who can remind you of who you are, who can see past. You remember we just took that deep breath to kind of clear the decks, to kind of clear the gunk and the buildup of all the stuff that you've been through over the last month, all the busyness, all the frustration, and for some of you, maybe even grief and loss. You can clear all of that stuff off of your spiritual or your metaphysical as well as physical perception. And sometimes you need that person that can just say to you, listen, you were made for this moment. You're more than equal to the task. You're fully equipped to do you, and doing you is the magic in this moment. That's the mojo that's needed for this situation. So what I want to share with you as I'm reflecting on what's giving me life, the one piece that I want to share with you so far is make sure you choose well. See, because what's giving you life is the result sometimes of your choices. Now, sometimes it's a result of grace. But even that is a result of your choice. Why? Because I'm choosing to believe that there's someone or there's something out here that is kind of sitting a few clips above me that can see, oh, she might stumble there. Let me put this young lady right next to her so she can have that little bit of encouragement to keep pushing. Let me put Mr. B on her right side so she's going forward and thinking about this, she doesn't forget who she is. Those are choice points that impact not only the present, but that can set you up for a moment in the future that you don't even know is coming. You with me? So when we're talking about what's giving you life, I want you to do some investigation. I want you to, for those of you that are actually not in the United States, that's not a real word. Don't be in these Zoom rooms and on Facebook talking about investigations, because people going to be like, who told you that? And as soon as you say Dr. Nicole, they're going to be like, oh, I expected that. I expected that. So we want you to do some investigation. I was just checking my phone to see if Mr. B was knocking at the door. Listen, we want you to be able to do some investigation on your own. We got a full month for you to think about what's giving you life on this first Friday in the month of December 2022. Some of you in January 2022, you weren't even sure if you were going to be here. What's giving you life right now? Hey, I am even breathing this morning. Don't overlook the simplicity. I have the use that my mom used to say that she was an evangelist when she was living. God bless her heart, Crystal Elaine Bossard. She was, and God bless her on the other side, because she walks with me every day. Listen, she would say, I got the use and activity of my limbs. We grew up in the church, in the Christian church. I got the use and activity of my limbs. So as you're thinking about, hey, what is giving you life? Think about the small things and think about the big wins. What's giving me life? I can breathe on my own. What's giving me life? I was able to get through being sick with some kind of flu. That thing is flying around out there. RSV. I was able to get back up. Hey, what's giving me life? Guess what? After days of rain, the sun is shining where I am. What's giving me life? I have a warm coat to put on. What's giving me life? I have resources around me. What's giving me life? I have the opportunity to see and speak with you today on this Friday in December 2022. What's giving me life? I was able to join Coach Will Lateef and the PD fam based out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Listen, y'all better not be believing the news reports about Philadelphia, because there is a revolution of possibility happening in the city of Philadelphia. The PD fam, personal development, this community that has been kind of anchored by Will Lateef Little. Listen, let me tell y'all something. These people are blowing up the energetic waves of possibility with so much positivity. I got to take a running cannonball dive in there, and you talk about a fire baptism. These people were on fire, talking about gratitude, talking about being glad about who they're in connection with as a result of the PD fam. You can find Will Lateef on Instagram and the PD fam. That's personal development. Check them out. We are now cousins practicing positivity. And the PD fam, listen, we believe in amplifying the light. So I want you to think about this as you are going forward into this month. Don't overstep. Don't overlook this opportunity to stand here at the beginning of 1 month flat-footed. I want you to turn around, use the power of your inquiry, your questions, to not assess or judge yourself, but I want you to really use those questions to take you on a journey. What is everything that is giving me life, that has given me life throughout the month of November? Hey, one of the things that gave me life, y'all, let me tell you, I found a new homemade cranberry sauce recipe for Thanksgiving. And when I tell you it was next level dopeness, I mean next level dopeness. Don't play with me. It had apples, ginger, fresh cranberries, a little agave, some orange juice and orange zest. And for any of my foodies out there, y'all already salivating because you know it was dope. It was next level. So be thinking again, the small things and the big things. Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a good 10 or 15 minutes to sit down. Write your own letter of gratitude to the universe, to your own self, your own mind and heart. And if you really feeling bold, write down what you appreciate. What is giving you life? What is giving you life in terms of the people in your life, the relationships, those people that showed up for you when you needed them? And they showed up when you didn't even know you needed them. They showed up with just the right word, with just the right thing, with just the right presence to help you breathe a little easier. to help your chest sit up a little, sit up a little higher, help your chin come up a couple of inches. They brought some laughter back into your house and into your heart. Take a moment and look at all these instances in the month of November that have given you life. Remember, what did we say? Look at the bottom of the screen. What did we say that we do here? We go and we do the work. We do that process in this learning lab of discovering, of uncovering, or recovering, wrapping our head, heart, and hands back around those things that energize us for the purpose of living a life, not simply surviving one. Did you catch it? Because we want you living a life. I want you living a life. I want for myself to be living a life. It's no longer satisfactory or okay for me to hear about your adventures and I'm not out here creating my own. So as you're thinking about what's given you life from the month of November, in that same 10, 15-minute process, save a couple of them to say, now, what are the things looking into December? What do I want to be celebrating in December that's given me life? What am I going to do in December that's going to amplify my energy? What am I going to do in December that's going to multiply my own positivity? What are the things that I'm going to do in December? What am I looking forward to with such anticipation? You couldn't stop me with a Mack truck. So this is the moment, this time of what is giving you life, as I'm hoping you all are picking up what I'm putting down. And at this time, I was getting ready to go total preacher on y'all. And such a time as this, at this time, look, we have to marshal our mind. And I don't mean marshal your mind just by defending against what's out there. You got to reprogram and then start drafting the new script, right? Because that's just how powerful we are. So, as we're talking about what has given me life from the month of November, once you get in that space of gratitude and appreciation, then I want to challenge you and I want to invite you, and I am going to do the same. What are the things that I am looking forward to with such great anticipation in the month of December that you couldn't stop me with a Mack truck? I am going to be celebrating so many of these big and small things that have given me life. And I'm going to predict, since I'm feeling the preacher vibe this morning, I'm going to prophesy all the wonderful things that are I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it from home base now. Before I even put my back on my shoulder, I'm going to call it over that wall. Yeah, I'm going to be celebrating that at the end of December. And then we go about what? Living into what we have said and declared for ourselves, what we deserve, what we desire, and what we design. Life is our own art kit. This is our opportunity to design the thing that is going to give us life. So it is our first Fridays. So do me this one favor. I am not sure what is going on. My comments are not showing up here this morning, but I'm going to ask you to do this. If you're listening from YouTube, post into those comments what's giving you life as you look here at the beginning of December. We've wrapped up November. What's giving you life? What's giving you so much excitement and anticipation and enthusiasm for the next 30 days? If you're listening in Facebook, go to TGC Positivity and go ahead and post up there under this video in the comments, what's giving you life? What's giving you life? And in that life, what's giving you such a sense of enthusiasm and encouragement and anticipation for what's coming that you listen, we couldn't hold you back if we tried. We couldn't hold it from you even if we wanted to. And so look, we want to unleash you. We want you to go full forward, full out for what it is that is going to give you life. And remember what we said, life, what's going to have you experience more love? What's going to have you experience and dwell in a sense of inspiration inspiration to do something with what is in you that nobody else has, for what's going to give you greater freedom, what's going to increase and multiply your faith in not just yourself, but the unseen, the things that are in you that haven't quite come out full force yet. What's going to increase that sense of faith and confidence that you have in yourself? And what's going to have you live a truly extraordinary December 2022? We only get one. There'll be a December 2024. There'll be a December 2023, but the only December 2022 that we're going to have is the one that we're in right now. So go ahead, write the script. What are you going to be celebrating come December 31st? When we come back for the first Friday in January, what's giving you life? I want y'all to be blowing up the comments, blowing up the chat with all of the wondrous things that have given you life and that are giving you life. So with that, all right, Brother B, we're going to hook up and get this technology situated. But for those of you that are here, as we go forward into the new year, I will have the option to actually invite you all into the studio with me so that we can actually vibe together as we have these conversations around the practice of positivity. Listen, and let me make sure this is clear for people. We want to be practicing positivity, not so that you can live in a la-la land. Practicing positivity is an access point to your higher potential. Why? Positivity begins to help us move from a state of fight, flight, freeze, from a state of being in constant overwhelm and stretch. It helps us transition out of that survival brain into our creative, higher nature brain, where we can truly make miracles happen, where we can truly bring forth innovations, things that people hadn't even seen before. But you can't be in survival mode and get there. You can't be looking over every shoulder and every corner and get there. We got to be able to get to that higher function brain. And that's where the positivity comes in. Think of it as a roadway, an access channel, so that you can get access to more of the potential that's already in you. That's why we practice positivity. So keep practicing that positivity throughout the month of December. I will see you back here next Friday. And I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate you all. Hey, listen, if you're liking what we are doing here in the studio, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, subscribe to the YouTube channel if that's where you're viewing. If you are picking it up and you even want to share what we talk about here in the studio with other folks who need a little positivity boost, listen, like us on Facebook. TGC Positivity is the page. Like and follow the page. And I look forward to seeing and speaking with you all here. And who knows, it's 2022. We can see each other in the Zoomiverse and in the interwebs at any given time. So I will speak with you soon. Have an absolutely wonderful weekend. And here's what we have up under us today. We have Buddha, who has brought us context, copyright free, of course. Buddha, who has brought us context, KONTEKST, and that's from the YouTube audio library. All right, y'all, have a great weekend. More soon. I look forward to celebrating with you. Be well.